just hitting live on these real quick. Make sure I have everything. I hope it goes through. I always have a little prayer before these tech stuff goes in. And we are good. Okay, fantastic. Hey, well, what's going on, everybody? Great to see you. Give me a big wave if you can hear us okay, or throw a 5 in the chats. And welcome to the first official Friday of our Drive to Destin income producing activity call. And what a week it has been. It has been a flurry. Does anyone else feel like we were waiting for the year to start for a long time? And then all of a sudden you're like in it. You're just like, whoa, like what's going on? Right. So if you feel that way, maybe that's just me, entirely normal. But I'm proud. We're proud of every single one of you because you are doing the most important things to do, which is investing in yourself every single day, putting not just your vision statements out there, but also putting in the actions that back it up to make sure that you succeed as well too. And today on the income producing activity call, we're going to be able to finally do actually the most important part of the call, which is hear from a lot of you. In a bit, I'm going to bring up Cindy and Lindsay. We're going to share some amazing stories with you guys of us and everything. Cindy, you want to share something on that? I have some announcements, but yeah.
Oh my gosh, it has been such a busy, amazing, crazy week. And I can tell you guys that I have been following the tracker myself. I've been doing the initiatives that we put out, which by the way, have you guys noticed this #1 billion brand? Like our whole North America company is doing now. I'm seeing sideline leaders do it. I'm seeing sideline sisters, brothers doing it. And it just makes my heart so happy to see this energy and this synergy and this unity that you guys were able to go out and help create. So big applause to all of you guys. I hope you enjoyed taking part in that surge. It was beautiful, right? Drop a 1 in the comments if you were just blown away by all the beautiful black and white photos out there. It looked gorgeous. It looked like I said, like there's just so much unity and excitement. One thing that brought into my business, and it's funny because we were talking about how don't expect for that post to necessarily explode, right? Some of them did, some of them got a lot of traction, some of them got a little, some not at all, right? That's all normal. All things are normal, just depending on where you're at in your business, how long you've been here, how consistent you've been here, really just what your network, where they're at, how the algorithm push it out. There's so many variables. But I was actually talking to Donna Sambula, I think it was yesterday, maybe the day before, I don't know. And we were talking about how that post, as soon as I put that post up, for the next 24 hours, I kept getting notifications of people commenting on my pinned post, which just speaks to the system that we have in place, right? It's so important that you keep your pinned post pinned for this reason. Because what happened is that I put up this post. I can't believe this power move that we just made to becoming the next $1 billion brand. It raised curiosity enough in enough people's minds that they didn't necessarily comment on that post. But what did they do? Any guesses? What did they do? They went to my profile in search of what company is she talking about? What company is about to become the next $1 billion brand? And right there, front and center, they see the post that I want them to motherfucking see. Okay, can I get an amen? And it happened for Donna too. Her pinned post came alive, which tells us that when we raise curiosity, and that is our aim, and that is our goal with our posting, right? Of how can I raise curiosity in the minds of my network, right? What does that do? It causes them to go and search and seek out what the heck it is you're doing. So there's an important lesson there as well when you're making business posts and you're trying to get people making the right moves. That right there taught us a lot about the more we raise curiosity, the more they're going to go and be their own private detectives, right? Because it caused a lot of other posts to light up. There was multiple posts that lit up for me as soon as that post went up. So I would love to know, I know it happened for Donna. Donna, I don't know if you're in a position to be able to speak on it, but I would love for you to speak on it if you can.
Sure. Yeah, I was expecting only brand partners to comment on that post or get attention from that post. And I was actually very pleasantly surprised that Messenger is what blew up for me mostly. They saw it, but it was comments to that post and comments to my pin post. And I had people that I didn't even know were watching me. And when that post came up, it's like all of a sudden my messenger was blinking. And I ended up actually getting a brand new brand partner, or actually two new brand partners. One that's serious about the business. One wants to try it out, and if she loves the product, she wants to be all in. And I also am working with a new customer because of it. She said that she's been watching me. I saw this beautiful black and white picture pop up on my feed. She said, so I had to check out what you were doing. And she said, and I know I've seen things, but I didn't pay much attention until I saw that picture of you. So it was confirmed. And I know Winter, I don't even know if she's on here, but she's my accountability partner. Same thing happened to her. People were starting to comment on her pin post and it came back alive again. So it definitely did what it was supposed to do, but it surprised me on how it did it.
Yes, it was so exciting. So I'd be curious to know if anybody else noticed that in other things. Dr. Pia, she got a new customer. In other posts, did anything else start lightening up? Did you have somebody respond back to a message that had walked away from it for, a while? And again, the lesson here is if it didn't happen for you, I still want you to walk away with the lesson. Okay. Here's the lesson. The lesson is if your goal is to raise curiosity about what it is you're doing, it is going to get somebody to go to your profile to look. And that is what we want because your pinned post is right there front and center. Okay. All right. I'm gonna pass it back over to you, James.
So good. My gosh. Yes. Danielle said, I'd love to share. I have a root canal, face is swollen. Oh my gosh. Praying for you. Huge boost, created a lot of curiosity and everything. So love that. Lots of messenger comments. There we go. Guys, we promise you, this is just a couple days into this campaign. If you keep on sticking with us, this will happen for you, right? You give it a couple of weeks, which is what our mission is to do. So a couple of reminders as we start diving into this is it all comes down to, as Lindsay says, a daily habit business. So grab the tracker. Who here has your tracker ready to go? Put a 1 in the comments, printed, however that you have it, digital, however you want it. And I want to give a reminder. We're going to see these posts in just a bit, but driving towards Destin, for those that are in North America specifically, we are doing something special. So we want to do a mastermind with the movers and shakers. Recognize this. And for those that are able to do those trackers at least 15 times, so every day do it 15 times, then at the Destin Connect event, February 6th through 8th, you're going to be invited to a special exclusive mastermind. Cindy and Lindsay, I was chatting with Lucy West. She's our vice president of Canada and APAC. She's actually putting together this whole Destin event. Guys, this event is going to be next level. Like, I had no idea. Like, I was just like, wow, this is not just putting it together. Corporate is going heavy into this. There is so many aspects of this that I don't even know if I can share yet. You're going to hear the speakers soon, and they're going to be super amazing. But you want to make sure you get there. But if you do it 15 times, you'll be invited to an exclusive mastermind to make sure that you do that. So my encouragement be, whether you can make it or not, if you can, of course, go there, right? If you're going to Destin, put a D in the comments below. But whether you can make it or not, do the do. Aim to do this 15 times. That's 3 full weeks, basically, the next 3 weeks. And you're going to see how your business is going to explode. So grab your ticket if you haven't yet already. You feel encouraged to do so. We'll make sure to do that. All right. One other announcement that I want to give, and I want to give some recognition on this as well, is yesterday we had this incredible event with John Wadsworth. If you were there with John, put VIP in the comments below. Like, was that not crazy, guys? Like, that was just beautiful. I've heard John many times, but this was something else. And people just walked out mind blown. We had 130 people on live. And a lot of our shout out to our Aussies. That was like 3 a.m. in the morning or something for them. And we want to share something special here. And I hope there's a permission. I'm curious, for those of you that were there, who here would have wished that you had like 10 other people that listened to that too? Put it to, right? You're like, oh my gosh, this was nuts. Okay. So I want to submit something by you. I was chatting about with Cindy and Lindsay and see if you're okay with this or not. I want to honor those that qualified. You have that live exclusive opportunity. You got to be able to be in the presence. There's nothing like being on it live. That's why even with these IPA calls, it's like, come onto the Zoom, right? It's like so much more fun, right? The energy is caught, not taught. But especially with the goal of exploding our business, I'm just thinking, man, I have teammates that I'm like, they needed to hear that. Who here feels that if people heard that, they would just be rock solid belief and super excited and everything, right? So with your permission, specifically those that qualified, are you guys okay if we do a special share of this for the team as well? Is that okay with you guys? Like, I want to honor you that did the vision statement. If you didn't do your vision, do it. Like, it's so important. Okay. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I just want to make sure. And we know who went there. We know who qualified and everything. So what we're going to do is this. We have such an amazing team. Like, wow, you guys are amazing. Is tomorrow, typically we have a Champions Academy. So in lieu of that, we will not have a live Champions Academy. But what we will do is stay tuned. We will drop the replay of that call into the partner groups tomorrow. So stay tuned for that and be ready to share that. Like that was just like incredible. So we got that. Now I'm going to bring up Cindy back up and we want to wrap up. We want to talk about you guys, the most important people here. And I'll bring Lindsay up here as well too. Aren't they the most incredible team, Cindy, Lindsay?
Oh my gosh, I love this team so, so, so much. Every time I get off a call, a meeting, even just a Facebook Live and feeling that energy and that passion that all of you guys have, it makes me, I'm emotional. I'm an emotional being, and I know that. But it just fills my heart with all of the good stuff. And I get off these calls and I'm like, oh my gosh, everybody needs this. Everybody needs this. The whole world needs this. And that's the kind of energy that we want you to come off of these calls feeling as well. So this is the entire intention behind this call right here, right? Is yes, to give you little pieces of training and yes, to have these surges and these initiatives that we come up with along the way. But more importantly, I think of this as the people's call. You guys hear from us all the time, right? You see us running our mouth all the time. And I love the idea and philosophy of this call so much because it allows a time and a space for all of you to step up in. And I know it can be a little scary the first or second time that you do it, but we wanted to create a platform for you guys to be able to unmute yourself, talk to us about, hey, I did this line item on this tracker right here, and this is the result. This is what happened. I started 10 conversations yesterday, and it turned into an ongoing conversation with this many people. I'm so excited. Or I did that black and white post, and I got one customer. We want to hear the actions that you're taking specifically on that tracker, right? But if you have something else that you did, you talked to somebody in a coffee shop, you had a conversation with a friend, you picked up the phone. We want to hear about those income activities as well, because it's going to help other people know what steps that it's going to require for them to go ahead and make a difference in their financial life as well. Okay, so I would like for all of you, and just to kind of set the framework too, this is a time where we're talking about our wins. Okay, put wins in the comments. All right, we want to keep this positive. We want to keep this uplifting. We want to make sure that we allow enough time and space for as many people to speak up as they can, keeping in mind that we have to have a hard stop for the Breakfast of Champions call. Okay, so we want you guys to click that button. We want you to raise your hand. We want to go down the list of people. We want to hear from you. Hey, I did this and this was a result, because that is going to give other people the belief that if they go out and take those same exact actions, that eventually the income will follow. Okay, so if you have an income producing activity that you did, whether it's on the tracker or not, raise your hand. We want to hear from you. And let's start our first IPA call officially.
I'm looking. So hit that raise hand button. It's in your Zoom. And then you could just click on that and we can share that. And remember, you will always go down in history of being the first one to share. And it'll be great because there's no base to compare it to, right? Awesome. Anne, I see you unmuted. Did you have an IPA you
Yes,
wanted to?
yes, I have just a brief thing.
right.
I've been in networking groups, online networking groups, and my focus this year is just the partner co. I do another business accent training as a speech therapist, but I've been focusing on that. So I've been really building curiosity inside networking groups, talking about the partner co stuff. And I posted yesterday one day delayed the black and white photo. And this morning I got a call from one of the leaders of one of those big networking groups who said, I want to join. Can you help me just if I have any questions? And I was like, oh my gosh. And she was one of the very top producers in Legal Shield. And so I'm
Wow.
like, are you kidding me? I mean, I'm pinching myself going, this post is like amazing. And this is my first person, you guys. I've been in just using the drops. I'm just starting to build this as a business. So I'm like, wow, thank you, God. So
Wow.
yeah, she may try the drops first and not push a business side, but I think it won't take long. So
Wow. My
I want her
God.
to see the John video.
Yes. Oh,
Yes.
that's a perfect second. Quick
Yeah.
question. Have you presented any information to her before? Or she's just like, I want to join whatever you're doing?
Yeah, she has asked me, she asked for information, in one of our networking groups. Hey, send me some information. So I did
Okay.
that 2 weeks ago, and then she
Okay.
never responded. I tried to add her to the group and she didn't accept that yet. So she said again, like she'd forgotten, can you send me some information on that? I did that a second time and was waiting to hear back from her, and then the black and white post and all that. So yeah,
Wow.
so it took a couple times, and she's busy, so it took her a minute to.
Congratulations.
So I'm pretty excited. Yay.
Let's go.
Thank you.
So exciting. And it's such a lesson too. Like there's so many lessons on these calls, you guys. There's a lesson too right there that just because somebody doesn't react right away, right? Just because they don't respond right away doesn't mean it's a no. It just means not right now. They're busy. They got other things going on. And it's this layering effect that we were talking about when we did this surge of it's just another layer to everything else that you're already doing. And that's what you're doing with all your posts. That's what you're doing with your stories. That's what you're doing with your new conversations. That's what you're doing with your follow-ups. It's just these layers. It's not any one thing. It's all the layers coming together. I have a little puppy here that wants to say hello. And I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
Thank you
For your
sharing with
leadership.
us.
Oh, you bet. You guys are the best. Thank you.
Congratulations. Come on in. Next up, we got Miss Tammy Egbert. First, Tammy, how are things? She's in Southern California. How is everything in Southern California? Our prayers and hearts are out to you guys. Oh, I'm going to unmute you. Hold up. Unmute yourself. There you go. There you are.
Hi, good morning. I can't believe I'm coming on looking like this.
You're great. Look amazing.
The fires are scary. It's tragic. We're safe. It's just been more of a disturbance than anything, but it's heavy. It's very heavy. Yeah. It's heavy around here. But We're doing good. We're using it as an opportunity. We just got power last night and we get to clean everything out. So I'm
Wow.
excited.
Well, glad
Cleaning
that's
everything. But
great.
no, I wanted to just say my income producing activity was in our local groups, like Moms of Conejo Valley. You know, I've been in that group for a long time, and a
This is a
lot of
Facebook group.
it's a Facebook group. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. I thought I said that.
No worries.
And in the local Facebook group, you know, we start to know each other. We've all been in that group. There's a lot of network marketers in there as well. And if I see somebody post something, a lot of times moms will say, you know, ask for recommendations. And so one mom who I knew said, I'm looking for the best vitamin D. And so everybody's posting their, you know, comments to the post, but I just called her because I knew her. I'm like, I'm not gonna put a comment in there. So I just called her and she was busy and I said, hey, I was so excited to see your post about the vitamin D. We have something amazing. So when can you talk? And we set aside time to talk, and she's buying Magna-Cal D. I know it's not drops, but it's Magna-Cal D.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Congratulations, Tammy. That's what I'm talking about. And quick thing on groups. I know, Cindy, groups are a huge thing. Guys, who here does not know how to find groups? Put a me in the comments. Like, what are good groups to be at? So here's a simple action item for today you can do. Just go to your Facebook, go to the search bar. And if you're a mom, you could do that. Moms in your area. I'm in San Diego, so I just saw this. San Diego moms. I won't join that, but maybe I have Becky join that. But you can search these up in these groups and start building some community in there. What a powerful, powerful, simple tip. That's really good. Cindy, any notes on that?
No, I love that action step. I love that because so often I think we get in our own heads of, oh, what do I say? You know, what's the script for this? What's the script? Where's the script? And you guys, if it's somebody that you know like that, and Tammy's an expert at this, Winter is also awesome with this, is just pick up the phone. Be like, hey, I saw your post. I know of something that's really going to help you. And you can do that with other products too. That just a side note is that if we don't have a solution to the problem that they have, but you have a good solution for the problem that they're having, there's so much value in sharing other solutions with people. For instance, if somebody is looking for a good solution they're looking for new pots and pans, right? Totally left field, right? And you know of some great pots and pans that you use. When people get used to taking suggestions from you and advice from you that has nothing to do with your income and nothing to do with what it is you sell, they're more naturally inclined to trust you when it comes to offering solutions that do financially benefit you. So get used to sharing ideas, suggestions, not just on a phone call, but really even just forward facing on your profile. If you just purchased a kitchen gadget that you love, a pomegranate cedar, right? Getting your stories, be like, guys, I found this at Walmart. It's amazing. Watch this. Here's the link for it at Walmart. I don't benefit from it, but I love it. You'll love it too. The more that they get used to taking advice from you as a consumer, the more likely they are to follow through with the thing you do sell. So I love that, Tammy. It's brilliant. And I think that there's something to learn for all of us there.
Congrats, Lindsay.
I love it too. Yeah, really quick. I want to say something because, Tammy is an expert. Tammy knows these products so incredibly well. And it's so amazing to do exactly what Tammy just did. I want to also talk to the brand new person here that has no idea about our products yet, has no idea about anything, even back to what Anne was sharing. Somebody that's high up in Legal Shield that's getting ready to reach out to her. And you're brand new here. Like, you're like, oh, that's it's exciting, but it's nerve wracking, right? Use your sponsor, use your upline, use your third party, bring in somebody, and you want to bring in, Danielle, and have people that are having success here. Tammy would be an incredible third party for her team around, the different products. Tammy knows about them, right? But if you're brand new here, do not be afraid. You need to bring in your brand, your sponsor. And how you do that is say,
Hey, Kathy, I'm so excited. I'll fill in the blank. I'm so excited that you're interested in some more information. I want to introduce you to somebody that has been helping me on these products or helping me on this business. Would you be down if I just connected you guys and just patch them through and patch them together? So awesome. Who here's ever done
thank you.
Oh,
Sorry,
there you are.
my internet.
Yep. You're good. We got you. Put a 3 in the comments if you've done a 3-way before. Very, very powerful. All right, let's bring up Miss Katie Garner. Hey, Katie.
Okay, I'm unmuted now. Hello, everybody. I have been around since September. Things are slow for me, and I think I just want to. I haven't made the income yet on this IPA, but I just want to say trust is a huge thing in making this work, I believe, and that's what I'm really working on. And I'm trying not to get emotional because I'm talking to myself. Anyway, the tracker really helps, keeps you focused. Even though we know what to do, we forget. It's like, okay, what did I do today, right? What do I still need to do? So stories, very important. No, let me go back to the black and white. That was good for me. I had people, non-brand people, commenting on it or liking it. And that's one of the things the boards or Cindy and Lindsay always say, make a conversation. Hey, I don't know if you're just supporting me or you'd like to get more information. I'm doing that. Somebody I didn't even know was watching went to my pinned post and said, info, please. And
there we go.
Where did that come from?
Come on.
So I think I'm going to get a new customer, possibly a brand partner. But what did I do? I sent him the website. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing.
The
website, because that's what Cindy and Lindsay said. They're not send any links. I followed up because that's what the track says to do. Follow up from what you send them. And they said, I love the website. I'm like, great. Okay. And I did send them the Dr. Vance video as well, explaining the drops. And they said they definitely are interested. They're checking with their physician or whatever. But so that was good. Then on stories, somebody I hadn't even messaged yet, a new friend request. There's several layers here. I did the, hey, it's noticed you're looking at my stories. You seem to be health conscious like me, which I really like that, by the way. And like to see what we're doing. And most of the time, no one answers, but she did. I'm like, oh my God. So following up, she hadn't looked at the video yet, but I did the double video, Cindy.
Nice.
The one that y'all talk about, which I really have to listen to that again to make sure I like it, because does that relate to me? And it's a great video, by the way.
You're doing awesome, Katie. So what we need first, congratulations. Let's give her tons of love in the chat.
Monday, Tuesday, say, hey, those people converted.
Yes.
Don't have my 3 yet.
Exactly. Week. That's what's going to happen. So Katie, you need to come back on once we need a second part to this story. And congratulations to just leaning in and digging in. I love that despite what your perception is of what your success has been like, you are in the game right now and you're doing the daily habits that will drive you to income. So huge congratulations to that. And thanks for her boldness just to be able to share with us. That inspired a lot of us, I know. So give her a huge round of applause. Let's go. Love seeing your lovely face. And awesome, guys. I'm curious because I did see Winter. She's here. Like, that's kind of Nuts winner. Are you able to share? Because I know we were talking about the post and it sounds like you got some cool things. I'm going to make you a co-host here and see. Feel free to mute yourself.
Okay, but I can't go on camera right now.
No worries.
Sorry, what am I sharing about the pin post?
Yeah, the pin post, the black and white. It sounds like you had some action go on. Is that right?
Yeah, so I mean, I think it was from the black and white. I did recently put also a testimonial into my pin post, which I kind of haven't been doing as much lately. But I did do that. I don't remember exactly when. And then the black and white, it's probably from the black and white. But I had somebody just, comment on the pin post, which I have not had a comment on my pin post in a very long time. So it was kind of exciting to see because, that's how it all started, right? With everybody just kind of blowing up the pin post. And so I had a guy comment on there, what is it? And then I literally just sent what was in the boards. They go under your tongue 3 times a day. So, this is what happens. And he was like, okay, how do I buy it?
Nice.
I was like, whoa, because that hadn't really happened in a while. So, I mean, from the pin post, so that was exciting. So it was definitely creating curiosity, which was great. So I would love to see us do more of this too. Yeah.
Perfect.
And I'm in a couple of groups in Arizona because I was new here and I don't know a lot of people. So there's like Scottsdale girlfriends and, Chandler girlfriends and stuff. And so I've joined a couple of those, and I found somebody on there somehow, and we just had a really long conversation about her wanting to join, and she started blowing up with all these ideas in her head about all these businesses and like beauty spas and this cryotherapy place and stuff. She's like, I know the owners here and I know this owner and all these things. So I was like, I got excited about that. So I think groups can be a good thing as well.
Let's go.
I did want to ask you guys a question regarding the groups, and if you thought there was, I know that we're not supposed to really like post things in there as far as like trying to sell people, but if you guys I wanted to kind of brainstorm about things that we possibly could post to get attention to our.
Yeah. Cindy, any thoughts on that, or Lindsay?
So it varies on the group, we found. So each group has its own set of individual rules. A lot of groups allow for one day where you are allowed to promote whatever it is you want to promote. So I would check out the rules for each group and see what their parameters are. But you guys, there's kind of a back end way. There's a back end way of promoting your products to people inside of groups. And that's by doing exactly what Winter just did. She connected with another human being in a group. It sounds like a local group. And then what she did is she pulled her over to her network, to her page. And that's where she's seeing the marketing, which I would argue is actually more effective anyways than just posting in a group full of strangers. We love you, Kelly. We can't wait for your BOC call. Bye.
Yes.
Yes.
Also, I just wanted to say too, really quick, I wanted to just go back to Katie. She said something that I think is so powerful. I wrote it down and I just kind of want to pull it out, is that she said there's been a lot of people who haven't responded to that message that she sent to people checking out her stories. But which one does she remember? Which one is important to Katie's world? Which one is important to Katie's business? Don't worry about the people who don't respond. Only worry about the people who do. Okay. She kept going. She didn't overthink it. She kept sending that message, and she's just raking the sand, searching for the person and the people who do respond. So I love that, Katie. Okay. Lindsay, you unmuted. What do you want to say?
Yes. As far as groups go, your best bet in groups is to be the most valuable person in the group. If you go in groups and you are answering somebody's question and you are connecting with people, maybe you are dropping value on different posts that are put in that group, all of a sudden that group, the people inside of that group, the algorithm is going to drive you. It's going to drive your stuff, right? You're in the group and then you're posting stuff on Facebook. And if you're adding value to that group, all those people in that group that connect with your value are going to start, Facebook's going to start to drive your stuff to them. All right. Suggested friends, suggested posts. All right. So it's so important that when you're in groups, you're the most valuable person in the group without sharing your product necessarily. Right. It's just you're the person of value and you're continuing to answer their questions, be the person. And then you, just like Winter did, then you connect with them. Right. Then they start to come to you. That's really, really the most beneficial way that you can really, really gain a lot of traction inside of a group.
So good. $1 million tip right there, guys. So join a group today, start adding some value, and just see the reaping that you'll have on that. To close this out, I see Dr. Pia Washington. Hey, Pia.
Everybody else is coming on camera looking crazy, so you're getting me on the treadmill.
Oh, you look great.
Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to comment too on the groups. I was actually just going to say partially what Lindsay said. I try to be the most valuable person in any group that I'm in. And another tip, instead of posting when you can't post about, what the product is or salesy, just go in, like, for example, I'm in a group about self-care, or like my husband's a big Harley guy, right? So it's like, I'm in groups of like wives of Harley, it's just so bizarre and opposite of me. But I'll go in there and I'll post something like, oh my God, I got the best sleep of my life last night. Or I'm so excited about the weight that I just lost. I don't say anything about the drops. I don't say anything about Partner Co. And it strikes conversation because then they're asking me, well, what did you do? How did you do that? I can't sleep. Or, oh my gosh, my hot flashes are finally under control. It feels so good. Like things like that. You don't have to be, it's a backdoor way of putting it out there, and people are going to like that comment, ask questions about that comment. Then I have permission to go off into, to conversations with them.
So good. And Pia, you got to share too. It sounds like you got a result from the black and white post. Is that right?
Yeah, I did last night. I was sitting there and this person I actually knew back in Ohio, and she now, it's so funny. When I was in California, I guess she moved to Vegas and I didn't know. And so we were Facebook friends, and she actually posts a lot of anti stuff. Like for example, she'll be like, we don't need all the weight loss gimmicks, like just natural exercise. She's really big. She's the first lady of a church here in Vegas now. Her husband's a pastor, right? So I was kind of like, okay, she's probably not gonna like any of my stuff, but we're Facebook friends, whatever. And she does huge like empowerment conferences for women here. Anyways, I'm sitting on my couch last night, officially off of work, but I see a message come through, not on Messenger, but on my text. And then I see at the same time the congratulations, her name's Angela Riley, on the black and white. She's never commented on anything. And then I get a post, she's like, hey, I need to talk about what you're doing. And I was like, at first I'm like, you're gonna be a brand partner. But so far I only got the money.
Hey.
I got the cash out for the drops because she's local. I want to develop more of a relationship with her. So I'm actually gonna deliver drops to her today. So I'm kind of going old school, but we went back and forth. And one other quick thing, because I know we have to go. I sent her the Dr. Crystal video. Yeah. Because I knew she struggle with stuff, and Dr. Crystal's video still mentions the hot flashes, which we really aren't allowed to post about, right? Yeah. So I sent her the Dr. Crystal video. She's like, I'm sign me up. So that was exciting.
There we go. Come on, Pia. So many nuggets there. Those you think you won't, that won't, will. So you never know what's going to happen. Keep on being consistent. And shout out, by the way, too. We here caught Dr. Pia's Breakfast of Champions call this week. It was phenomenal. It was awesome. If not, you can catch all the replays on bocpodcast.com. So thanks for your contribution to the community, Pia. Always, always amazing, Cindy. So that'll wrap up our IP portion. Any last notes on your end? And then I can pray us out.
No, I love Dr. Pia. Her BOC call was absolute fire. I would highly recommend you guys listen to that replay. And also, just one quick thing that she is doing that I think is amazing and something for us all to learn from is she is going that extra mile, right? She is wanting to, if it's possible, hand deliver. She wants to have a conversation. She already recognizes this is somebody I'd love to bring into my business. She's developing that relationship now as she's only a customer, just knowing that the long-term game that she's playing here is that she really wants to cultivate this relationship, bring her in. So anyways, love that, Dr. Pia. Thank you. Thank you for speaking up. Love you.
All right, everybody. Lindsay, did you have something you want to share?
I was just going to say, I'm so proud of everybody on here today. And I will tell you guys, speaking of long game, today is mine and Cindy's 1-year anniversary.
Wow.
1 year. And if you go look at our pin posts, it's the same post from January 10th of 2024, you guys. So just know, long game, keep going. I had somebody yesterday comment on my pin post, right? 1 year ago. So I'm just proud of all of you. We're so grateful. Thank you for, just being here with us, locking arms with us. We love every single one of you. We've got so much to do, so much greatness to come. So yeah, keep going. You guys are amazing.
1 year. Gosh, how crazy. Guys, thank you. There are tons of love for Sydney Lindsay in the chat below. Next year is going to be even crazier, right? So with that, as we conclude, a reminder, if you want to check off your personal development portion of your tracker, right after this call, we got our Breakfast of Champions call with our one and only Kelly Smith, who will give you tons of amazing value. I just dropped the links in the chats below. They're also on replay on bocpodcast.com. And let me pray us out. We'll have a good time. But dear Father, just thank you for every single person that's on this call. And we know that every single one that's here is called by your name, and they are here not by chance, but by choice and by selection. And I believe that if they're in this group right now, that they are called to an amazing purpose. And I believe that you're unveiling plans and purposes for them, even as we speak, that they're not yet even aware to. So give them glimpses of that today, downloads of that today, and confirm it with your miracles, signs, and wonders in their business. Prospects that come out of nowhere, customers that come out of nowhere. We put you first. Prosperity just flows. So we are excited about what's going on, and we're thankful. We also pray for every single person in Southern California that's affected by the fires. We pray for peace and continued protection there. We thank you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, guys, feel free to mute yourself.